During the brutal years of war in a communication unit on the central Vietnam battlefield, there was a young soldier affectionately known by his comrades as Daniel. He wasn't remarkable in appearance or speech, but earned deep respect for his sense of duty and courage. With a slender figure and deep, quiet eyes, Daniel traversed forests and mountains daily, carrying a heavy communication device on his back to maintain the front line's vital connection. One day, during a fierce artillery bombardment, Daniel was slightly wounded and sent to a nearby military infirmary, where he first met Emily, a young nurse with a radiant face and gentle hands. Though blood still trickled from his arm, he merely glanced at Emily and gave a slight nod of thanks. And Emily, while dressing his wound, felt an unexpected calm radiating from the quiet soldier. From that first meeting, they exchanged few words. Yet every time Daniel passed the infirmary, his eyes searched for her. Brief encounters amid the smoke and chaos of war nurtured a special bond, gentle, pure, and profound, between the communication soldier and the girl in a white blouse. Their feelings grew in their own quiet way, without confessions, without promises. Just exchanged glances under the midday sun, hurried greetings during short breaks, and shared sticky rice on a cold, rainy morning. In war, those simple moments were precious, nurturing a love silent yet steadfast. No one confessed, no vows were spoken, but everyone knew they belonged to each other. Then came the day Emily received orders to move to the rear. The news came like a monsoon wind, sweeping away hopes yet unspoken. At their farewell, Daniel only had time to slip a folded note into her hand. "Take care. I'll stay here. See you after the war." No kiss, no embrace, just one long look. Emily left, carrying a heart both warmed by love and burdened by uncertainty. But a soldier's life is fragile. Not long after, Daniel's unit engaged in a major battle. The enemy rained bombs relentlessly. When the smoke cleared, the unit was devastated. Many perished. Daniel, the brave communication soldier, was missing. The news struck Emily like a lightning bolt. She scoured casualty lists of those returning, but in vain. No record of him. All she knew, the man she loved, the one who promised to see her after the war, was no longer there. Emily survived and began a quiet journey of waiting. She returned to the rear lines with a bleeding heart. Post-war life was full of hardship, but the hardest thing was not knowing whether Daniel lived or died. No news, no grave to visit, no confirmation of his fate. Emily didn't cry much, but her eyes always carried sadness. She refused every matchmaker, every glance from other men. She lived quietly, studied medicine, and worked at a small rural clinic. Day after day, she cared for patients, listening to heartbeats and breaths, silently hoping a familiar rhythm would return. For years, she quietly questioned veterans, searched war records, visited old battlefields, but all remained silent like his final words, "See you after the war." She kept that note pressed between diary pages like a timeless promise. Many years passed, memories faded, but in Emily's heart, the image of that soldier never disappeared. Until one day, while on duty at the village clinic, a man walked in. Thin, gray-haired, a faint scar on his cheek, his voice hoarse and trembling. "Are you Emily?" She turned. Their eyes met, the very eyes that once promised reunion after war. Her heart stopped. It was him, the man she had waited for her whole life. Emily stood frozen, breathless. Before her was the one she thought she'd never see again, but never stopped hoping for. Though decades had passed and time etched lines on his face and hair, she still recognized those eyes, deep, silent, longing. "Is it really you?" Her voice trembled like a breaking heartbeat. He said nothing, just nodded. His eyes glistened. Then he began to speak, slowly, each word a piece of a long-lost memory. After the battle, he was gravely injured, buried in a bomb crater for 3 days. A local militia team found and saved him, but a brain injury left him with amnesia. He was sent north for treatment and lived in a rehabilitation center for nearly 10 years. Only when a veteran mentioned Emily and the military infirmary in central Vietnam did his memories begin to return. Slowly, her face came back, the smell of antiseptic, the eyes watching him through fire and smoke, and so began his journey to find the girl from long ago. Emily cried, not from pain, but from overwhelming joy after so many years of waiting. That evening, they sat together, recount all that was lost and never said. No blame, no anger, only love, unchanged since the beginning. War had taken much, youth, health, time, but it couldn't take their love. And in that final embrace under the sunset, Emily knew. The promise, "see you after the war," had come true. From that day on, Emily and Daniel were almost never apart. They were no longer young, gray-haired, frail, but their eyes still held the same tender gaze. Villagers were surprised to see Daniel every morning waiting outside the clinic to go to the market with Emily, then picking her up each evening. When teased, "Why don't you get married?" they just smiled. They didn't need a wedding. They only needed each other. Daniel told Emily about the years he lived like a shadow, memories hazy. Her face often appeared in dreams, keeping him from loving anyone else, from starting anew. His heart, though lost, always searched for one thing: her smile amid the bombs. Emily, for more than 20 years, faithfully returned each year to the old battlefield. She lit incense at a nameless grave she called his resting place. Now that he had returned, it was just a memory. They lived together in a small house near the clinic, a simple, peaceful life, waking up beside each other, walking hand in hand under bamboo-lined paths. The war was over, but their love remained. For Emily, the greatest miracle wasn't his return. It was their love, the one thing untouched by time, gunfire, or forgotten memories.